Hi, I'm Marketa Machalkova.
My name is Justin.
Leo.
Jeremy.
Josie.
This is Sara Magnabosco, originally from Italy, as you can see from my accent, and I've been a nomad for 3 years.
My name is Vu Pham. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been nomading for 5 years off and on, probably 4 or 5 months out of the year.
Hi, I'm Marketa Machalkova. I'm from Czech Republic, and I've been fully remote or working and traveling from the road for the past 2 years.
Leo. I'm from New York City, and I would say I'm actually a beginner. I'm very new to this. This is probably has been the first trip where I actually worked outside New York City.
So my name is Justin. I'm from Canada, and I've been a digital nomad, not digital nomad, I would say traveling for the past, since 2015.
Hi, I'm Josefina or Josie, and I'm from Argentina, the city of Buenos Aires. And I have been traveling all my life, but this is the first time that I've been traveling and working full time.
My name is Jeremy Goldberg. I'm from San Francisco, California, in the USA. And I just started remote working about a month and a half ago now, but I've been traveling my whole life.
Christmas, for sure, and my birthday.
I guess Thanksgiving and New Year's probably are the two I like celebrating the most. New Year's, I love traveling for New Year's. Thanksgiving, I normally like being with family. I've missed 2 Thanksgivings with family, lifetime, I guess, one being this year. I guess, with COVID, we weren't really having the big family Thanksgiving anyway, so I didn't really mind missing it as much this year. The other time I was in Maui for a Georgia Tech basketball tournament and ended up having Thanksgiving dinner with the basketball team. So that was pretty fun, and they're kind of like my second family, so didn't feel that bad missing Thanksgiving dinner with my real family.
New Year's Eve, because that's like something ends and something begins, and it's usually a big feast.
Really, I kind of enjoy Christmas. It's at the end of the year. There's less work. There's gift giving. Thanksgiving is also pretty nice. Again, family at the end of the year. Those really are about it. I feel like those are like the bigger celebration for me, or what I really want. Big celebrations, big dinners. That's what I really enjoy.
So I'd say Christmas and maybe Easter, if that could be considered a holiday, but just because of the chocolate.
So I don't know if I really have a favorite holiday, but I just always enjoyed celebrating with other people and having like friends and family around to celebrate with.
Yeah, so last Christmas was the first time in my life that I didn't spend Christmas with my family, and I chose to do that. It was my choice. I own it. So I decided to spend Christmas in Rio de Janeiro with friends instead of flying back to Italy. And it definitely felt weird, but I also loved it. It was definitely different. It felt less Christmas than it used to do. It just felt Christmas in a different way. And I'm doing it again this year. I guess Christmas by the beach is my new tradition.
I was definitely abroad for a couple of Christmases and New Year's, and the way I celebrate is I always cook the same meal, so the typical traditional Czech Christmas Eve meal, and that I usually cook it abroad for my friends because it's such a nice meal, and they're usually surprised and they've never eaten anything like that.
So I've been overseas for a holiday. That was my birthday. I did the 4-day hike to Machu Picchu. It's called the Incan Trail, and we lined it up in a way where our birthday would be the day we get to Machu Picchu, and I thought it was really cool.
What was cool about it?
That the timing worked out, watching the sunrise over Machu Picchu on our birthday. But when I say our, I mean a twin. I have a twin brother, and it was a coordinated effort from me and him to kind of put that plan together and do the trip.
Yes, I was in Bali for Christmas, And it was pretty cool though. Everybody that are there while on holiday make a conscious choice of being there instead of normally where you should be, not necessarily should be, but are, which is normally with family. So everybody's kind of on the same mindset, on the same like-minded people, and everybody's friendly since it's like the holiday season and it's just like everybody's your friend. So this is I would say it's a good, that's a good memories and a good time as well since everybody's like just welcoming and nice.
So I spent, actually it was interesting. I spent Christmas night on the plane while I was traveling to Vietnam with two of my best friends. And then we did New Year's in Hanoi, Vietnam. So that was an interesting experience. There was like a party in all the streets. It was like very intense. And 1st of January, we got to see one of the wonders of the world, which is Halong Bay, which is, And so that was my 1st of January of like 2018, maybe 17,
One of the big holidays in the US is 4th of July. And the day before 4th of July, the night of the 3rd, the local elementary school where I grew up did a fireworks display the night before. And so we would always have a big party because everyone had the next day off. And so I always really enjoyed that. And unfortunately, I'm also part of a children's youth group, and they do summer programs. And so I've had to miss that a few times and been in other countries. And so usually on the 4th of July, we will do a national night and kind of share about the US and about how we usually celebrate.
It really depends on my work schedule and where I'm in the moment. I would say that I wouldn't really fly back just for a short holiday period. If I fly back to Italy to see my family, I would stay there maybe a couple of weeks or a month. So if it's just for a weekend, I wouldn't fly there. It's a no-brain. I do love celebrating my birthday anywhere in the world, so that's not something I would fly back. Even though when I was living in Belgium, I would fly back to Italy for my birthday. And so I could have 2 celebrations at least.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on timing. I don't particularly look at the calendar and say, I want to spend Thanksgiving here or Christmas there. I guess, the bigger holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, I traditionally stay with my family for those. Birthdays, some of the smaller holidays.
I can honestly live without the Christmas hustle, so I'm very happy to skip it and just go abroad and spend the whole thing somewhere warm. And not really, I don't miss the shopping frenzy and all that, so.
Probably spend the holidays I don't care too much about. Maybe things like 4th of July is not something too big. That's about it. I would always try to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas at home with family.
How do I decide which holiday I don't spend at home? It's quite, with the years, I found out that even if you can basically skip 1 Christmas out of 2 and most people won't remember or notice it. I was like traveling and then I skipped 1 Christmas and then I was there, the other one, and then I skipped the other one and then I was there. And most of the time when I saw the people after like the second year, like let's say last year I skipped it and now I'm here, most of them would say, yeah, you remember last Christmas you were here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm not here. So you can easily skip 1 Christmas out of 2. And I would say you're good to go for 90% of people who won't remember that you were not there.
Well, I guess it depends on how much time off you can get depending on the holiday, right? So Christmas and New Year's, usually it's like pretty close together. So that's why it's pretty convenient. But Easter as well, maybe. That's why maybe I like Easter.
It's kind of just timing and where I happen to be at that time. And yeah, holidays generally are also longer weekends, and so I've been able to kind of get away for Thanksgiving and go for a little bit longer period than just going for a 2-day weekend.
So Thanksgiving is not part of a European tradition or an Italian tradition, but for the last 3 years I've been traveling with a lot of Americans, and that's definitely something people from the States really feel deeply, and they always want to celebrate. So I had the chance to celebrate with them. It actually happened for 2 years in a row. I was in Cape Town, and we organized a big family dinner where we invited a local chef, where she cooked mixed plate dishes from either from the States or from the local cuisine, and it was just a big amazing party. We also cut the paper, like we had weird hats, I'm not sure what was that. And then I love like the circle of like what we are thankful for. And this year we celebrated in Mexico, where we clearly went all in for a long weekend in Isla Mujeres. So yeah, I guess also people, when you meet people traveling and they celebrate their holidays with a different group in a different country, so you also adapt their traditions. So I think it's super fun.
This was actually my first Thanksgiving abroad this year in Mexico, but with a lot of Americans, so I can see how big a deal it's for them, and it's definitely not for us. I've been abroad for a couple of Halloweens, so that's also fun.
One holiday I got to experience while traveling was Peru's Independence Day. Again, that's not something we would celebrate anywhere else, but it was kind of cool. It was kind of reliving the 4th of July, second time the same month. It was also July, just a few days after my birthday. So that Independence Day is on July 28th. My birthday was on July 26th. And it was really cool. Like, people came out to the main square, La Plaza de Armas, and they started having fireworks, people started dancing. It was a really, it kind of came out of nowhere, but it was a very fun night for me.
While traveling, sometimes you just hit the good date, like you just set the good time, at the good place at the good time. I was 2 times in Thailand, 2 or 3 times in Thailand, without even like planning on it, for the Songkran festival, which is like their New Year type of water day, and like the whole country is just throwing water and stuff like that. Pretty like, the more the day goes and the weekend, because I think it's 4 days, 5 days, I'm not too sure about that, but it's just getting wilder and wilder. So good time, fun time, I would say, and depends as well where you are. But yeah, so these ones are pretty cool, and I wouldn't have experienced them. I wouldn't even have known what they are if I was not traveling. And I would recommend the Songkran in Thailand for sure.
No, I always got there late. I think actually when we got to Vietnam, they were like celebrating their New Year's, but like we got there late but they're pretty close by. But yeah, I missed that one.
Is there a New Year's you would love to do somewhere else?
I mean, definitely Chinese New Year would be like one of my interesting. I would be interested in experiencing that for sure. And then actually Carnaval in Brazil. Well, that's also a holiday for Brazilians, and Carnaval. Even though in Argentina we also celebrate Carnaval, but it's a very different, like lower key, less colors, less feathers. So Carnaval in Rio would be interesting for sure.
Yeah, so when I was doing a semester in Botswana in college, we were actually there during their Independence Day, and so we got to celebrate with the locals and learned a lot about their culture and how they celebrate their holidays.